Washington, AFP, U.S. President Donald Trump said Sunday it was time to work constructively with Russia but ruled out the easing while the country remained at odds over the conflicts in Syria and Ukraine. In a series of tweets on his return from Europe, Trump said he had confronted his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin over the evidence from the U.S. intelligence agencies that Moscow meddled in the 2016 election when the two leaders met for the first time in Germany on Friday. And while he welcomed an agreement for the start of a ceasefire in Syria, Trump said it was too early to consider any easing of U.S. sanctions. "I strongly pressed President Putin twice about Russian meddling in our election," Trump said of their meeting on the sidelines of the G20 summit. "He vehemently denied it. I've already given my opinion." Trump said he and Putin had talked about the idea of setting up what he called an impenetrable cybersecurity unit to prevent hacking in future elections, without giving details. He also said the two men had discussed the implementation of a ceasefire in Syria which began on Sunday, saying it will save lives. "Now it is time to move forward in working constructively with Russia." Syria has been a source of friction between the two countries, as Russia is a close ally of President Bashar al-Assad. Moscow has warned that a program of sanctions imposed by the U.S., which was tightened last month, threatens their entire relationship. Trump's predecessor Barack Obama ordered the seizure of 2 Russian diplomatic compounds in the United States last December after accusing Russia of trying to influence the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. And last month, the United States added 38 individuals and entities to its sanctions list targeting the Russians, and pro-Russian rebels blames it for fighting in Ukraine. "Sanctions were not discussed at my meeting with President Putin. Nothing will be done until the Ukrainian and Syrian problems are solved," said Trump. The US and Russian sides have issued sharply conflicting accounts of the meeting, with Putin saying on Saturday that Trump had been satisfied by his denials of any Russian interference in the polls. Nikki Haley, the US ambassador to the United Nations, said the Russian denials had been expected but cut no ice. "This is Russia trying to save face," she told CNN. "And they cannot. They cannot. Everybody knows that Russia meddled in our elections."